This melody line is a favorite of mine. It's Rhyme and Reason 782.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here.
Hey there, Tony here, and I'm going to talk about some very uncool music today. And if you're into cool music, which generally speaking I'm not, because I think the uncool music is the cool music for so many reasons. But anyway, this particular song I'm going to talk about, or a couple of songs actually I'm going to talk about, but the starting one, the first one here, had a long, catchy melody line. And I think that's a thing of beauty, especially nowadays, because nowadays they'll repeat a vowel over and over and over, much less a phrase or a melody line that's anything besides three notes repeated over and over. And it's just, a melody line that is like this one, pretty much just a thing of the past. Pop music in almost every genre just gets on that vowel and repeats it over and over these days. That's what it's all about, or they like to talk about body parts and one night stands. So here's why I mention all this, long, catchy melody line stuff. I was thinking about a road trip toward the end of summer between my junior and senior year. My brother and I were heading back to Texas from our summer vacation in Kansas with my mom, and that's what we did every year. And I had the radio of my 65 Plymouth Fury tuned to a local station, local in the area where we were driving, which was along Highway 69, somewhere between Eufaula and Crowder, Oklahoma. That was the route we took back from our small town Kansas summertime and heading back to the big city in the Houston area. The DJ that particular day featured what he called Two for Thursday. You've heard of those. Two for Tuesday, two for Thursday. This was a Thursday, and that meant that he'd play two hits in a row by the same artist. So, as we sat at a red light going through this little town, whichever one it was, I don't remember, there was a song called Alone Again Naturally. It's by Gilbert O'Sullivan, and that came on. And if you're someone who's got to have, that edgy, dark, so-called cool music, you might be one of those who'd poke fun at Gilbert's music. I mean, he was kind of a quirky dude, but he knew, and probably still knows, he knew how to create a long, catchy melody line, and he did a great job in Alone Again Naturally. And it's a very upbeat tune, but it's about a guy who's considering suicide after being left at the altar. And I think you should give that song a listen. In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling any less sour, I promise myself to treat myself, visit a nearby tower, and climbing to the top, throw myself off in an effort to make it clear to whoever what it's like when you're shattered, left standing at the lurch at a church where people are saying, my God, that's tough, she stood him up. No point in us remaining. May as well go home as I did on my own, alone again. And pay attention to how the melody line carries through from verse to chorus and even to the bridge. And don't be surprised if you end up humming it to yourself or hearing it in your head for a while. And then right after Alone Again finished, the DJ played another song, which was a hit for Mr. O'Sullivan that same year. That song was called Claire. And it's another example of a long, catchy melody line. Again, right from the verses to the chorus and through the bridge. It's a song about his manager's little daughter, Gilbert's manager's little daughter. And the lyrics are clever enough to fool you into thinking it's just another love song until you pick up on some of the clues. But I think if you're not too dark and edgy and you still got a soul, you should give those songs a listen. I think you'll enjoy them. I mean, even if you are too dark and edgy, they might shine enough light into your heart to help you come on over to the light. I invite you over to the light. And the reason I brought all of it up in the first place, I wrote about this back in December because on December 1st, Gilbert O'Sullivan turned 76. And that's pretty weird to think of, too, because I remember him as this quirky little young guy bouncing around on the stage, playing the keyboard. But a couple of cool notes. He's been married to the same person, yes, since 1980. And he still performs and he still writes songs at 76. So that's an inspiration. Looks like he won't be alone again naturally on his birthday. So that was a happy birthday shout out to Gilbert, who's also known as Ray. Thank you so much for tuning into this nostalgic road trip memory of mine. And it was brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com, maker of fine music, books for kids, books for adults, all kinds of things. Get those uncool t-shirts over there. Get uncool stuff at TonyFunderburk.com. And always remember, never forget that life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why